All right, guys, so we're back for another lesson or word, whatever you decide to refer to it as. But today we're talking about preparation to stop spending and start saving. So, this has to do with the resources that you've been given, this has to do with your mindset, with what you've been taught versus what scripturally you are instructed to do. And so, this requires action, preparation of your outcome, and knowing where you are headed. And that in itself requires discipline. It requires discipline in removing toxic things which are counterproductive. Basically, anything that's going to contradict what your goals are, what you know you're embracing and working towards. So, a part of that requires you replacing and incorporating healthy habits such as your thoughts, such as your locations, your dreams, people, workplaces, food habits. All of these things kind of go hand in hand because it's all about your mindset. It is all about what you consume. So at the end of the day, you're either going to be consuming or producing, or consuming or creating, consuming or making sure that you're preparing or replenishing your reserve. So if you're not doing these things, that is going to be something that's counterproductive to what it is that you are supposed to be working towards. And so, in order for you to break away from a lot of these systematic approaches to just your overall well being, your health, your dietary habits, your environments, your relationships, all of these things that we've been taught were a dream are never what was intended scripturally for you to have to be able to function in abundance. And so all of those different things are going to be some things that you're going to examine. Then your choices are going to either drain you or elevate you. And everyone knows that, if you're not empowered, if you're not motivated, then it's got to be something that's draining you. So it's kind of like a battery. If you're using your phone, then it's going to be drained in some way. But if you're charging your phone, that means it's giving it life. So your choices are either going to drain you or they're going to elevate you and empower you. And that includes your food choices, what you put in your body, that results in how you feel. What enters into your gateways, that means what you're watching, what you're hearing, what you're listening to, what you're allowing yourself to actually output. All of these different gateways are going to be affected by what your choices are surrounded by. So it's all connected. So stop spending unnecessary time contributing to unbeneficial things in your life, people, places, things, your dietary habits. Start to examine the food that you take. Take the time to see if it's going to uplift you, edify you, and look at, once again, because I posted this on one of my previous videos, that if it's not bringing you benefit, if it's not nutrition to whatever's related to you, then you need to cut it out. Look at start to read the labels. See if the ingredients are going to be linked to something that's going to provide something that's healthy or something that's going to harm you. Just because it says, hey, this is the next trend or the fad, it doesn't mean that you should consume it. It means that it's just that. It's a trend. That's just like all of these shots. That's just like all of these different health aspects of things, your diet. Hey, get on this diet, and then you find out down the line that it actually is contributing to gastrointestinal issues or your skin. You get on these waves of skincare and trends with, just certain things you wear, and then you find out that it's linked to cancer or it's causing some type of ailment to take place. So if it's causing something that's toxic, then you definitely know that it's not something that's productive or nutritional for you, spiritually, mentally, or emotionally. So check those gateways, check your eating habits, check what you're listening to, check what you're looking at, and check your production. Is it fruitful? Is it giving life, or is it producing about death? Is it limiting you? So that's all I have for you today. So I just hope that you take this word for what it's worth, and I pray that you apply it and make that application, and talk to your Father in heaven and see what He says about what you've received from this message. And I want to see some comments. So if you guys take the time to comment, I really do appreciate it, because I like to see what type of content you guys would like to see. As I stated, in my very first video, I'm figuring my way out as I do this with you guys, but I just have way too much wisdom to just keep sitting on it. So I hope that you guys have taken something from this today, and remember that you can start this today. Don't wait until tomorrow, because it's not promised. Have a good one.